Hi, boys and girls. Mrs. Hanson here. Happy Earth Day. So, today we are celebrating Earth Day, and I have a little activity to do with you guys. And then later on, I'm going to post something that we can make today to help animals and to help recycle and reuse different items that will help with supporting Earth Day. So I'm going to read to you today a little bit about the three R's, and then I'm going to do a little sort with you guys so you guys can hopefully better understand what we can do for the earth and help keep everything um, so we can reuse things and we don't run out of stuff and we don't get our earth all dirty and yucky and gross from people not recycling or throwing their trash on the ground or putting stuff in our water and we have dirty drinking water. Remember we talked about dirty drinking water in class and about how people throw stuff in the water and some people drink that water and that's disgusting. So we have to talk about different ways that we can keep our earth safe and clean so people and kids from years and years and years and years from now are able to enjoy the world and the earth just like we are. So, when we're talking about the three R's, we are talking about reduce, reuse, and recycle. So, you guys are probably like, I've heard recycle. We all recycle paper, right, in class. Well, there's other things we can recycle. What about reuse and reduce? Let me tell you what that's all about. There are many ways we can keep our earth clean. Remembering to reduce, reuse, and recycle are easy ways to do this. To reduce means to use something less. We can reduce things like water use or electricity use. So, like when we're running, remember we talked about that when we're brushing our teeth. Don't leave the water running when we're brushing our teeth. You only need it to get it started and rinse it off. We don't need to use all that water. We're wasting it. Same thing with electricity. If you're going to leave a room, turn the light off. So the light isn't being wasted when nobody's in the room. Um, to reuse something means to use it again instead of throwing it away, like plastic bags from the stores, jars, and even newspapers. So, like you can use newspapers. I know I use newspapers when me and Lily do art projects, so we don't get paint on the table. Jars, you can put different things inside of there. There's all different things we can reuse. Plastic bags, I reuse those to put things in. Um, yeah, you don't need to throw those away. Those are things we can reuse and it will help so there's not so much trash. Next, to recycle means to create something new from something old. We can recycle items made from materials such as paper, plastic, or aluminum. So you can reuse those things to make other things. So like when we're recycling that paper is then being used to make more paper or something else made out of paper. So let me show you guys. So we have reuse, recycle, and reduce. So Mrs. Hanson is going to make a makeshift board behind her on the wall so we can hang up some stuff. Mr. Hanson is going to hang me up a whiteboard pretty soon so then I can write stuff on it. So we have reduce. I know this is like super far away. We have recycle, and we have reuse. So we have reduce, recycle, reuse. So Mrs. Hanson has a couple little cards here that, let me go this way. Um, so we have a cardboard box. What do you guys think? Do you think that's reduce, reuse, or recycle? We are going to recycle a cardboard box because that's made out of paper and we can use that empty cardboard box to make something else with that cardboard. What about an old football? What are we going to do with an old football? Should we reuse it, reduce it, or recycle? I think an old football is still a good football. So I'm going to say reuse it because we could still use an old football. Even though it's old, we don't need to have a new one if it works perfectly fine, right? So we are going to reuse our football. Next, we have electricity. So this is like when you turn on the lights. So what are we going to put this under? Reuse, reduce, or recycle? We're going to reduce, right? So that means when we're not in a room, we're going to turn off the lights. If we're going to leave a room, we're going to turn off the lights, make sure we don't have all the lights on in the house. Because that drives Mrs. Hanson crazy when I go into a room and the lights are on and there's not a person in there. And I'm like, why is this light being wasted? It's just wasteful. So we're going to put that in under reduce. So now we have one under each of our little categories. Now, what about old newspapers? What are we going to do with them? Reuse them, reduce them, or recycle them? We could either reuse them or recycle them. But Mrs. Hanson is going to use this one for reuse because we could do all kinds of stuff with old newspapers. You know, Mrs. Hanson likes to keep magazines because we could do cool activities by cutting out pictures or letters or words in the magazines, and we can make something totally new. It could be like your own work. So now we have gently worn shoes. Gently worn means they're not really old, they're not falling apart, they're still in pretty good shape. Reduce, reuse, or recycle. We're going to reuse these too because we don't need to throw them out just because they're a little old. Mrs. Hanson likes to reuse stuff that should probably be thrown away. Mrs. Hanson has some favorite clothes she likes and some favorite shoes, and they're getting kind of ratty, and I should probably just go buy some new ones. But if you ever have something that you really, really like and you just don't want to get rid of it, I'm sure a lot of you guys have like your favorite something. So now we have an automobile. So like a car. What would we do with a car? Would we recycle it, reduce it, or reuse it? We are going to put this one underneath reduce because what happens is the car's exhaust puts fumes in the air can be harmful. So if you could walk somewhere or if you could ride your bike somewhere, that'd be better than actually riding in a car because the car puts harmful fumes in the air. So if you could walk somewhere, that'd probably be better than driving. So like say your friend lives down the street and you're like, I just don't really feel like walking over there. Walking over there will actually help save the earth and help make the air cleaner because those nasty fumes aren't getting in the air. So we're going to put that one underneath reduce. Now I have a soda can, so a pop can. What are we going to do with our pop can? We're going to reduce it, reuse it, or recycle it. We are going to recycle it. This is made out of aluminum, and aluminum can be reused to make other things. In our recycle. And we are going to do one more. We have used books. So what are we going to do with used books? We're just going to toss them out. Oh, I'm done with these books. No, are we going to reduce them, reuse them, or recycle them? We can either recycle them. I would much rather have you reuse them though. So you could either use them or you can give them to a friend. So that'd be like handing it off to someone else so they can use it. So we have reuse and reuse books as well. So we can see that our 3 R's, we have a lot of different ways we can reduce, reuse, and recycle different items that maybe you guys didn't even think about. Say that old football. Say your friend's like, man, I really wish I had a football. And you're like, well, I have 2 footballs. Huh. Maybe you can reuse it and give it to a friend. Or some books that you like. I read these. I know we get a lot of books from my niece. She's a little bit older than Lily. She gets us old books that she's already done with and she's outgrown. So Lily can enjoy those books. So that's reusing it. It doesn't have to just be you. It could be you donating them or giving them to somebody else to use or using it again. So those are some things that I bet you guys didn't even think about that you can do with your old things. So we're not just throwing it away and we're getting our trash piles bigger and bigger. So have one more thing for you guys for today. And you guys all got this paper, and it says, I can help save my world. And it has our little world down here. And I want you guys to write a sentence for me. So it has to be a sentence. I can help save my world. How are you going to help save the world? What are you going to do? It could be recycling. It could be picking up trash. It could be I'm going to walk to friends. I'm going to clean up litter. I am going to reuse old books. I'm going to, whatever you want to do. You guys, the sky is the limit. You guys think of something. Write me your sentence of how you can help my world or how I can help my world. And then I want you to draw a picture of it. Because I know you guys, I'm sure you guys have really great, amazing ideas that you guys can come up with to help save the world and make sure that we appreciate what we have and to keep the world clean so it stays like that for years and years to come. So I look forward to seeing what you guys come up with, how you could save the world for Earth Day or any other day. And I hope you guys like our little activity that we do later today, too. I think it's really cute and fun. So I look forward to seeing what you guys come up with, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye, guys.